Century Farms Distillery in Spencer, Iowa, and we're right next to the highway, so I'm just gonna be quick. This is gonna be the first distillery for the channel, so let's go inside and see how it is. So we actually haven't been to too many distilleries. In total, I would probably guess around 5, give or take. So yeah, and as far as cocktail rooms go, probably a couple, like 2 or 3 less. So we kind of showed up at the perfect time because no one else was there. So it was actually kind of nice for me to kind of get around and like film a little bit more. And since we were the only ones there, one of the owners, Ryan, actually came and he offered to give us a tour, and so we took him up on that offer. He showed us around and just kind of back shed, showed us that really quick there, which also had his prototype distill from back in the day when he started out in his kitchen, just distilling for the fun of it. Then he kind of showed us the actual distill room, which looked way different from any distillery we've ever seen. Like normally there's just a bunch of like copper everywhere, and then like this was kind of more industrial, almost farm looking, even though we weren't like on a farm. Like it is named after his family's farm, which has been in the family for over 100 years, but it's not on the farm. And yeah, Ryan was a really good host. He really is very educational too. He comes from an engineering background, and he was also pretty open about just kind of like Century Farms like goals for the future. He said that they do want to expand out from whiskey and vodka more, because right now that's the only 2 spirits that they have, but he wants to get into rum and he wants to get into some other things as well. For drinks that we had there, I got a Hurricane, and Rachel got a Whiskey Sunrise, and then we split a Bloody Mary after that. All 3 of them were really good. So one of the unique things that Century Farm does is you can bring in a bunch of corn from your farm and have it distilled into a whiskey. So I thought that was a pretty cool and unique idea.
Something I thought was really interesting and really cool was that Ryan's wife also has an engineering background, or comes from an engineering background, and she helped a lot with building out the space where they distill. And since it is such a unique and different space from other distilleries, I thought that was really interesting. And she also helps him run some of the operations there as well.
Yeah, and from what he told us, it sounded like they both kind of got into distilling mostly out of the science curiosity of it, rather than being big bourbon drinkers or vodka drinkers. So I just found it really interesting that they got into the science part of it first and the craft came after that, rather than how it normally feels like in the industry, where people get into it because of the craft and then learn the science afterwards. Yeah, we had a lot of fun going to the distillery, changing things up a little bit. We don't get to enough of them. One of those reasons is there aren't a lot, especially near us. And second is just because not all of them have a cocktail room or something to go to. And it was also really nice for us to go to a place like this too, because since we were with Rachel's parents, and her dad is not really a beer guy, so that gave him a chance to try something that was more up his alley. But yeah, we're definitely looking to go to more distilleries in the future. Like I know something we've talked about, like the Bourbon Trail would be really fun to do. But, so yeah, definitely keep your eyes out for more distillery videos in the future. Hopefully we'll get to more, because they're a lot of fun, and it's always just a huge learning experience for both of us too. Thank you for watching that video. If you really liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and follow me on Instagram.